always want to give credit where credit's due. I mean, Allison does an amazing job. Drake's a really, really good team. Every time we made a mistake, they made us pay for it. And that's what good teams do. And when they needed a big shot, they made it. And when they needed a big stop, they got it. So there's a reason they're at the top of this league. However, we're getting there. We're getting there. I see progress in our system. I see progress in our kids. I see more belief in our kids. And that's what this is about. But we've got to find, if we're ever going to be a program that's taken seriously in this league, we have to find a way to win games like this. I mean, it was right there for the taking. And, we didn't execute. I thought our perfect effort was there most of the night, not in the beginning of the third quarter. We took a nap. But for the most part, I thought the perfect effort was there. But the mental execution wasn't there tonight. And I'm not going to call people out, but you got to know the plays. You got to know where you're supposed to be. And you've got to be ready when your number's called to be able to step up and not make us look unorthodox offensively because you don't know where you're supposed to be. And so we got to go back and fix that. It's the first time it's happened all year, but it happened in a big moment, in a big spot, and we didn't get shots when we needed to. And, their 23 points off turnovers is a killer. But that's our own demise.
72-71 with 3:15 left, and then they go 9-0. Less about their offense, I guess, more about yours. What did they do that bogged you guys down there?
They play that matchup zone a lot, and I thought we got a lot of good stuff off of it tonight. Stuff that we had tried to get. I thought our kids got a little tight at times and didn't take shots they should have taken. And and that's, again, you got to be willing to be in that moment. You got to be willing to be the hero, or you got to be willing to be the GOAT. But you got to take that shot. And I was disappointed in that, too, that we didn't have kids step up and take shots that I felt like they should. That helped bog our offense down. We dribbled against the zone a little bit too much at times, which led to turnovers. But, again, they're long. They're long on the inside. They're physical. They're bigger than us at every spot, and they make it hard on you. So, again, that's credit to them for being able to execute offensively and defensively down the stretch. I mean, it got to the last 3 minutes. And being who we are, that's all we can ask for. Be in the game and give yourself a chance to win. Nobody picks us. And then we get to that last 3 minutes and we don't execute, well enough to give us a chance. They're going to make their free throws. So as soon as you put them on the free throw line, it's over. And they shot plenty.
I got to think, statistics is driving me nuts right now. Y'all had the same amount of turnovers, 13, and they were 23-9 on points off.
Yeah, that's a problem. But live ball turnovers lead to baskets when you throw it to the other team and they get going off running and get down the floor and it's pop, pop, pop 3, pop, pop, pop 6-3 in the paint. It's tough, but you got to take care of the basketball. But, a lot of their turnovers were dead ball turnovers. I thought they threw it out of bounds. Well, that's easier because you get to set your defense. So maybe we need to work on if we're going to turn it over. We need to throw it out of bounds instead of throwing it to the other team because it's kind of difficult to guard a live ball turnover.
You spoke a bit on not taking those shots and also how they have that size advantage on you. They picked up 8 blocks on the game. Do you think there's a bit of hesitation in your shot selection because there's a bit of worry about getting those shots blocked?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you'd have to ask the kids that. But I mean, yeah, when you turn and 6'3" without her hands up standing there, I mean, that's a problem. But it's just a matter of who do you want to be in that moment? Do you want to be scared or do you want to play to win? Well, we got to play to win because that's the name of the game. So we've got to understand our mentality in those situations is I've got to do everything I can to get us the best shot possible. If they block it, they block it. If I miss it, I miss it. But I'm going to take it. And I thought that we lacked a little bit of that tonight.
You knew how good Katie Denevere was walking in the gym tonight, but was there anything that impressed you most about what she did tonight against you guys?
She's just a dog. I mean that in the best way possible. She draws fouls coming off cuts. She knows how to draw fouls going to the basket. She gets her body into the defenders. And if you don't pick her up, she's going to dribble the ball down the floor and pull up and shoot 3. So, getting to the free throw line 12 times, obviously, and, when you make 90% of those, that's a weapon. But I mean, she's just really good. I mean, I thought we did a really good job on most of them. They had 3 kids score 73 points last time we played them. And so, you know, we were focused in on them as well. But she's just tough. But I mean, that's what a true playmaker does, is says, put the ball in my hands and I'll go win this thing for you. And so I have nothing but great things to say about her. She's a tough kid. I think she also had like 7 assists. So, I mean, you have 32 points, 7 assists. I mean, she contributed to almost half of their points for the night. I'm not good at math, but close to that, maybe.
Was this kind of a case of a team that's been there, done that, knowing what to do at the end of a ball game, just having that little edge over a team that may not have been in those wars as much?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like I said, they're good. I mean, they are exceptional in the way they go about their business. They're exceptional in the fact that all 5 players on the floor can score. They're long, they're big. They're not even overly athletic, but they're athletic enough. They executed and did things that they had to do at the end of the game. And if it's because of their experience, then maybe. But, you know, I feel like that we've got some experienced kids out there playing as well. So I just think that when I say we're not there yet, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Because if we were there, we win this game. We win this game. We find a way to win this game. At home, number 1 team in the conference, 1-point game, 3 minutes to go. If we're there, we find a way to win. And that's why we're not there. Because these are the games, again, if you want respect on your program and you want to be who we want to be, you win these games.
It's also not going to be. It's not going to be hard for them to be motivated Saturday. I don't think they're going to want to get back on the court right now. I think, wouldn't they?
You would think. I mean, UNI's good too. So there are no breaks. There are no days off. And last time I checked, Belmont was beating them pretty bad. So I mean, they're going to be ticked off when they get here too. So you just keep playing and you move on to the next. You know, you learn from this one, but you got to turn around, a quick turnaround. You got to get ready for the next one. And there are no nights off in this league. So we'll do whatever we have to do to get our kids physically and mentally ready to play. And we'll do our best on Saturday.
Coach, 27 shots from freshmen in Haven Ford and Zoe Stewart. They seem to be up to the challenge tonight. How much do you trust them? Are they even really freshmen anymore at this point?
Yeah, I don't know how you gauge that. You know, if so many games in, obviously Zoe was a red shirt last year, so she's, I'd say, you know, probably closer to sophomore. But I mean, those kids can make plays. You know, I thought Haven settled tonight, and didn't get to the rim, and I don't know if it was their size that you know had her questioning that. When she did get to the rim, she scored. But those are things that she's going to grow and she's going to learn, you know, as we go. But to be able to have 2 freshmen on the floor that make such a big impact is important to us. I felt like that us being able to generate stuff through Caitlin at the high post tonight was good because Caitlin's a great passer. But you know, I thought we got a lot of open shots we didn't make. And Sunday we made them all. And I think that's the difference against this team. If you get an open shot, you got to make it. Because if they get an open shot, they're going to make it. So, you know, again, disappointed in not being able to win at home. But I haven't lost any faith in these kids. I mean, this is a process. And we're going to continue to play the process. And we're going to continue to do what we do. And it's my job to make them understand that we can play with anybody in this league. I think we have proven that. But the difference is, can we consistently beat the best teams in this league? And the answer is not yet.
Talk about not yet. The growth you're trying to make within this conference. If you use Drake as a measuring stick, you see the last time you played them, it wasn't as close tonight. I mean, you were leading in the fourth quarter. How much does that speak to the growth of this program and this team within the conference?
I've seen growth. I mean, I think anybody that looks at what we did last year and what we're doing this year and the numbers that we're putting up in certain categories and stuff, I think there's no doubt there's growth. But tonight we scored 75 points. It's not enough. You got to score 90. Sometimes you have to score 107, you know, when you play them. So, I knew that we had to score the basketball, and we had too many droughts and too many times where we had empty possessions again, the turnovers that led to points for them and those type of things. But, you know, we're all right. We're going to be okay.
You surprised this game ended in the 80s?
I thought defensively we actually played pretty decent. Obviously they shot 27 free throws, but I refrained from mentioning that. But defensively, I thought we made it harder on them tonight than it was at Drake. We held them to 7 threes. They're an outstanding 3-point shooting team. But when you take away threes, you give up paint points. It's hard to guard both. And they have 6'3" kids shooting threes and 6'3" kids posting up. So, it's a difficult matchup for us. But I thought we did okay. We didn't score enough points to beat them tonight.